In my family, you're supposed to have a baby by 26 or you failed. That's the unspoken law. My mom had me at 23, my aunt had 3 kids by 25, my grandmother started at 19. So when I hit 29 with no husband, no baby, and no interest in rushing either, I became the family's favorite cautionary tale. The one they lowered their voices about. The one who got the "your window is closing" speech every single Christmas. And now my younger sister Priyanka was pregnant and engaged, and my stock had never been lower. At her engagement dinner, I was basically the warm-up act. Every time someone congratulated her, she'd tilt her head toward me and say something like, "I just feel so lucky I didn't leave it too late, you know?" As if I were a warning label she got to read aloud. It stung more than I let on. I tried to disappear against the back wall. My mother found me anyway. "Isn't this lovely?" she said, with that smile that never reaches her eyes. "You could have had all this, but you had to be so choosy. There are apps now, you know. Someone might still take a chance on you." Before I could answer, my aunt swept in, kissed my cheek, and pressed a folded pamphlet into my hand. "A fertility clinic. Just get the tests done, sweetheart," she said, "before it's all gone." "What she needs," Priyanka said, drifting over with a grin, "is to lock someone down before it's completely hopeless." Her fiancé Deacon laughed and threw an arm around her. "I've got single friends who aren't too fussy. We'll find you somebody who'll settle." The guests nearby were watching, half smiling, enjoying it. My face burned. I stayed quiet. Then Priyanka delivered the one that crossed the line. "Honestly," she said, loud enough for the table, "maybe if you'd actually kept your ex satisfied, he wouldn't have gone looking. Some women know how to hold on to a man, some just don't." Everyone laughed. I didn't. I sat there very still, because I knew something none of them did. Something I'd been sick over for 4 days. The previous weekend, at a home improvement store 2 towns over, I'd seen Deacon, arm around a woman, a toddler on his hip, a little girl holding his other hand and calling him daddy. He didn't see me. I saw all of it. The wedding band he never wore at our house. The way the woman leaned into him like a wife. Those work trips Priyanka bragged he took so often. He was going home. To them. I'd spent 4 days not knowing what to do. Tell my sister and shatter her. Tell his wife and shatter her. Or say nothing and let 2 families keep living inside a lie. Priyanka's little joke settled it. I stood up. "Since we're talking about my cheating ex," I said, "let's talk about yours." She blinked. I turned to the room. "Deacon is married. He has a wife and 2 kids. The work trips are him going home to them." A beat of silence, then laughter. My mother shook her head. "This is pathetic, even for you." Deacon squeezed Priyanka's shoulders and smirked. "She's jealous. It's sad, really." My father stood. "Sit down. You're humiliating this family." I knew she'd crack eventually. My aunt stage whispered. Priyanka stepped toward me, eyes blazing. "You can't stand to see me happy, so you invent something this ugly? Nobody wants you, and you want everyone to be as miserable as you." They were still going when the doorbell rang. I walked over, calm, and opened it. A woman stood there with a toddler on her hip and a little girl beside her. The children spotted Deacon across the room and shrieked, "Daddy!" and ran to him. The woman stayed in the doorway staring at my sister. "7 years, she said, her voice shaking. "We've been married 7 years. Deacon went white. Priyanka's face crumpled into something I'd never seen on her. I can explain," he stammered, which is the least explainable thing a person can say. I'd found the wife on a neighborhood group 2 days earlier. I'd told her one plain sentence and given her the address. What she did with it was up to her. She'd chosen tonight. The room dissolved into shouting. Relatives grabbed their coats. My mother sat down hard on the couch, gray. My father had nothing to say for once. Priyanka slid to the floor against the wall, one hand over her mouth, the other on her belly. I picked up my purse. At the door, I turned around and looked at the woman who'd told me my eggs were rotten. "Turns out," I said, "I'm not the one in this family who let something go bad." I stepped over the ruined cake and left.